Right now, I am talking about everything and nothing. And right now, I'm also talking about everything and nothing. How do these scenes make you feel? You watch the exact same video with the same dialogue. However, there was a clear difference, and that was the way the videos were framed. And this influences the way that you feel about watching these videos. They give you a different emotion or a feel of unease, perhaps. This video will be about framing and how it affects communication. Framing can be described as the way to show what you want to have perceived and how you communicate reality. Think of it as a picture frame where a photographer shows you exactly what they want you to see. They will not show you the entire landscape, but they will show you a picture of a particular mountain or tree. If you were to zoom out, you might see more information, but the photographer might find this redundant, or it doesn't really capture what they want to show you. This is a way of communicating reality. Composing a frame is hard, and yet it is very important as it can decide how it is interpreted by a viewer. If you think about it literally, most compositions are framed by the use of the rule of thirds, or also known as the golden ratio. I'll show the golden ratio on screen right now, similar to that of the rule of thirds, mostly used for square frames. And you can see that right now I am in the exact composition for the rule of thirds. It is more appealing than if I were to be center of the video, because it's a more appealing and relaxing form of video content. So how does this relate to communication? Well, you can play with these elements to create a different atmosphere. For example, this might look appealing. However, if I were to change the composition, as I will do in a moment, you will see a change in atmosphere. Let's roleplay for a bit. Let's say we are in a Teams meeting together, and I'll show you two examples of how we can be perceived. So, could you tell me something about how we should decide on our essay topic? I'm not really sure. Could you tell me something about how we should decide on our essay topic? I'm not really sure. So each of these can elicit different feelings or emotions, and that has to do with the way these videos were set up. So for the first example, both my face and upper body was shown, and research suggests that it creates more empathy towards people who are in a conference call. Whilst when only my face is shown, as shown in the second example, this has a lower effect of empathy on the participants. Framing plays a significant role in the face-to-face or individual level, but it can also play a great role in the mass communication level. Ant-Man argues that the media uses framing to its advantage and describes it as the news frames. The news frames consist of two levels: the audience frames, which are how people can mentally store all the news that is being flooded to them, because there is so much news that we get overwhelmed with every day. We can frame these as an audience. And then there's the news frames, and this is how the media portrays what they send out into the world, what the characteristics of the news is and the way they see it. So we just learned how framing can be used to influence empathy. Well, the news can do this too. And I would like to show you this example with myself as the model again. If they would want you to empathize with me, they would probably show you a picture of myself like this. And if they wanted you to dislike me or distrust me, they would probably show you a picture like this. The way audience framing works is that we have a limited capacity to garner information, and if we find this news not that important, we'll store it as, oh, this is what the headline said, or this is what this picture conveys to me, so this is what must be true. So, to conclude, framing is a way to make people invested in not just in what you hear, but in how it is conveyed. You can use the rule of thirds, or also known as the golden circle, to create a better composition for your frame when there is a clear focal point. You can apply framing for your everyday life. For example, when you are in a Teams meeting, don't sit with your head all the way to the front. Show a bit of your upper body to create more empathy for the people who you're talking to, or maybe in an interview, for example. And by altering the narrative to play with the elements of known proportions and composition, we can create this trust. So be aware of that when you see something in the news. Well, this is what I wanted to talk about with you today, and I hope you learned something new about how framing can be used in nonverbal communication, because most of the things that I've shown you don't necessarily need sound. They can just be a picture or an image in themselves, and they give you a nonverbal response, or you respond on them nonverbally. So thank you for watching again, and this was my video essay or vlog. Goodbye.